need him in my life. I can admit that I am weak. I keep my mind on Jesus, so my soul is on fleek. And I'm in love with the King, so it's the space that I seek. Yeah, bars for the King, so you know I'm talking Jesus Christ. I need my Savior in my life, cause he's that everlasting light. A lady after Jesus' heart is all I'm trying to be. Resting in the Savior's love, embracing mercy, grace, and peace. I know that my Redeemer lives, in him I found forgiveness. Satan bringing up my past, all accusations getting dismissed. Not ashamed of the gospel, cause it's where I find his peace. I need him in my life, I can admit that I am weak. In the middle of life's storms, he's forever by my side. Whispering words of grace, so for his name I always ride. And suffering for his name is just a part of this life. One day I see the King, my faith to really be sight. One day I see his beauty, bow down and kiss his feet. Wipe the tears with my hair upon a heavenly meat. Amazing how when I mess up, he always does forgive me. He never leaves my side, and through it all, my God be with me. Modern day, Mary Magdalene, I told you who my master is. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, he raised that boy Lazarus. Jesus and Ariana, I'm passionate about my Savior. Obedient to his calling, so he shows me all his favor. And when life lets me down, he's the one who lifts me up. I have faith in the King, that's just how Abby gives it up. Hey, you ain't gotta like me, but I know you hear me though. Grandma to this rap thing, Abby got that holy flow. I'm solid with the Lord, God is with me, I'm on the realest team. Thoughts are coming at my head, not even in your wildest dream. I rep the real King, Jesus Christ, yeah, he's Lord of all. When Abby spit them balls, be hitting harder than a cannonball. The Lord told me go and tell the people his kingdom is near. Coming at your neck, it's only God that I fear. Yeah, savvy carry though, and you already know that I got that flow. I mean that holy flow, righteousness, you know what's up. Jesus, keep these bars up, spirit-filled believing, I'm drinking out the Lord's cup.
There are also echoes, which the prisoners believe are the voices of the shadows.
Plato's music.
GangStalking is a term used by a community of targeted individuals who believe they are being stalked and harassed by a large number of people. Those who identify as victims claim this harassment is covert, coordinated, and often involves advanced technology and psychological manipulation. Key characteristics of gang-stalking beliefs include group harassment. Victims believe they are being followed, watched, and intimidated by a group of people, often strangers, who are organized for this purpose. Covert tactics. The harassment is described as subtle and designed to discredit the individual, making them appear mentally unstable. Reported tactics include electronic surveillance, hacking, noise campaigns, and conditioning, where victims are sensitized to specific stimuli, e.g., people coughing or wearing a certain color. Use of technology. Targeted individuals often report the use of high-tech and often fantastical devices, such as directed energy weapons and voice-to-skull technology, to harm or manipulate them. Alleged perpetrators. The perpetrators are often believed to be government agencies, law enforcement, private businesses, or other powerful entities, although no specific individual can be identified as responsible. Persecutory beliefs. The concept is widely considered to be a set of persecutory beliefs, and studies have found a strong correlation between self-reported gang stalking and mental health conditions like delusional disorders. It's important to distinguish gang stalking from conventional stalking. While conventional stalking is a recognized crime involving unwanted and repeated contact or surveillance by an individual or a small group, gang stalking lacks the key elements of a conventional stalking case: a single, identifiable perpetrator and a clear motive. There is no legal or scientific consensus that gangstalking, as described by those who believe they are victims, exists as a phenomenon. Gangstalking is considered a mental disorder because it involves persistent, fixed, false beliefs that are not based in reality. These beliefs can cause significant distress and impairment in a person's life. Someone creating a long podcast about gangstalking doesn't automatically mean they have a mental illness. People explore various topics for different reasons. It's possible they're interested in the social or psychological aspects, or maybe they have personal experiences they want to share. It's important to avoid making assumptions about someone's mental health based on their interests or activities. If someone is making daily 4-hour streams about gangstalking, it could be a sign that they're experiencing significant distress related to these beliefs. It might be helpful for them to seek support from mental health professionals who can provide a safe space to explore these concerns. The Bible is a religious text that provides spiritual guidance and teachings for many people. While it may offer comfort and support, it is not a substitute for professional mental health care. If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health concerns, it's important to seek help from qualified professionals. Repetitive phrases can serve different purposes depending on the context. Sometimes, it's about emphasizing a point for clarity or impact. Other times, it might be a stylistic choice to create a certain rhythm or mood. If someone's repeating the same phrase excessively, it could be a verbal tic or a sign of anxiety. Repetitive phrases are a common tool in persuasion, but whether they can brainwash an audience is complex. While repetition can increase familiarity and make a message more memorable, true brainwashing typically involves more extreme tactics like isolation and sleep deprivation. In psychology, repeating a term 3 times can be a way to emphasize a point, aid memory, or create a sense of rhythm. It's a common rhetorical device used in various contexts, from therapy to public speaking. Well, scammers might use the word support to sound helpful and trustworthy. They might pretend to be tech support, offering to fix a problem you don't actually have, or they could pose as customer support for a company you use, asking for your login or financial details. It's all about gaining your trust to trick you. In certain spiritual or religious contexts, particularly within some charismatic and deliverance ministries, a monitoring spirit is a belief in a type of evil spirit or demon. The core idea is that these spirits act as spies, observing and gathering information on an individual's life. According to this belief system, a monitoring spirit's purpose is to gather intelligence. They are thought to watch a person's movements, relationships, decisions, and spiritual progress. Report to forces of darkness. The information they collect is believed to be used by malevolent forces to launch spiritual attacks. Hinder and sabotage. Their ultimate goal is to hinder the person's blessings, cause misfortune, sow fear, or create chaos in their life. This concept is often discussed in the context of spiritual warfare. Believers who subscribe to this idea often use prayer, fasting, and other spiritual practices to combat what they see as the influence of these spirits. It's important to note that the term monitoring spirit is not explicitly mentioned in the Bible. While the Bible does speak of a spiritual world with both good and evil forces, this specific concept is an interpretation and a term that has developed within certain modern Christian and spiritual circles.
There are also echoes, which the prisoners believe are the voices of the shadows.
Plato's music.
The Edomites were an ancient people whose kingdom, Edom, was located in the mountainous region of what is now southern Jordan and parts of southern Israel. The capital city of Edom was Basra, and the famous ancient city of Petra was also within its territory. The people and their fate. According to the Bible, the Edomites were descendants of Esau, the twin brother of Jacob, who was later renamed Israel. This familial connection led to a complex and often hostile relationship between the Edomites and the Israelites. The Edomite kingdom flourished for centuries due to its strategic location along major trade routes, but it was eventually conquered by the Babylonians in the 6th century BCE. After the fall of their kingdom, the Edomites migrated west into the southern part of ancient Judah, an area that became known as Idumea during the Hellenistic and Roman periods. The Edomites eventually lost their distinct identity after being forcibly converted to Judaism by the Hasmonean king John Hyrcanus in the 2nd century BCE and were later fully absorbed into the Jewish population. By the time of the Romans, the Edomites had effectively disappeared as a separate people. The most famous Idumean was Herod the Great, who was appointed king of Judea by the Romans. There is no distinct group of people today who identify as Edomites or are recognized as their direct descendants. The Edomites as a people and a political entity ceased to exist thousands of years ago. Here's a breakdown of what happened to them: conquest and displacement. The Edomite kingdom was conquered by the Babylonians in the 6th century BCE. Subsequently, the Nabateans, an Arab people, moved into their ancestral lands. This displaced the remaining Edomites. Migration and assimilation. The displaced Edomites, who were then known as Idumeans, migrated westward and settled in the southern part of ancient Judea. Forced conversion. In the 2nd century BCE, the Hasmonean Jewish king, John Hyrcanus I, conquered Idumea and forcibly converted the Idumeans to Judaism. This act led to the eventual assimilation of the Idumeans into the Jewish population. Loss of identity. By the time of the Roman period, the Idumeans had lost their unique identity. The most famous person of Idumean descent was Herod the Great, the Roman-appointed king of Judea. While the Edomites' genetic lineage may have been absorbed into the populations of modern-day Jordan, Israel, and Palestine, they no longer exist as a separate, identifiable ethnic or cultural group. Their story is a classic example of how ancient peoples and nations can be absorbed and lose their distinct identity over time.
Your mama butt naked in my backyard, nigga. Used to be a hothead, but I'm cooler now. Approach me too rough, I still smooth you out. I put metal in your mouth, root canal. I came to work, when I arrived, the tools was out. Providing proof for everybody who used to doubt. Traveling circus, constantly searching for new dudes to clown. Evade these lames in the pursuit of clout. Tell them, bitch nigga, turn your goofy down, move around. Wise guy in the game where these fools abound. Player, but these haters change the rules around. There was a time when enemies would rule it out. Snitching, we ruled it out, but it's cool to do it now. Rude and foul since the juvenile. Beastin', your bitch got me speechless from the way she use her mouth. Ruger, shooter, move a crowd. They wonder who the fuck is dude. We'll take the time to introduce him now. Heathen, savages, madmen, demon, blasphemous bastards leaking. After we attack and believe it can actually happen. Heathen, savages, madmen, demon, blasphemous bastards leaking. After we attack and believe it can actually happen. I evoke the spirit to make you fuckers mad. Supernatural, my pen levitates above the pad. My temperament shows the fact I don't give a shit. Put my sentiments in sentences, then dispense them. I give a fuck if I offend the simpletons. Abrasive when we debating, y'all niggas sensitive. I raise a racket like Sampras, callous, demanding that you bastards get thicker skin. Sasquatch, stomping all the ops and stopping him, leaving footprints that none of y'all can follow in. I'm a rebel like Che Guevara, though the blade of a razor across your face, baby papa sayonara. You don't want me aiming for you cause I maim opponents. They can't save you from the hex that I'm placing on you. I send you to your savior, homie. I'll be a while, so tell them to waste time fucking waiting for me. Heathen, savage, mad, demon, blasphemous bastards leaking. After we attack them, believe it can actually happen. Hello.
He put it out there on the internet. When Brainwaves caught that exclusive video and Ringo talked about it, Brainwaves the only one who got it, right? Now we're going a few years back, and this lady Brenda Rose and her husband got scammed 5 years ago in New York. And he was dealing with, Sarnetta and them. In that conscious community. This guy comes from the conscious community, y'all, before he got into the BHI, as Ringo stated. This guy was sent, and he has women that's working for him to destroy families. And I happen to deal with one of the women he was dealing with. Make no mistake about it. If she went to the scammery, she dealt with him. And the only reason why I'm saying alleged is for YouTube purposes. I truly believe that the one I was dealing with was dealing with him. He went to the scammery. She dealt with him. Women he was dealing with. Make no mistake about it. If she went to the scammery, she dealt with him. Like families. And I happened to deal with one of the women he was dealing with. Make no mistake about it. If she went to the scammery, this guy was sent, and he has women that's working for him to destroy families. And I happen to deal with one of the women he was dealing with. Make no mistake about it. If she went to the scammery, she dealt with him. And the only reason why I say alleged is for YouTube purposes. I truly believe that the one I was dealing with was dealing with him. And I don't think she's the only one. There's some other women that have dealt with him. Right? And they had a serious issue with him. And they scammed him. Right? Now you have this one particular woman said that I scammed her, right? She went over by Ringo and said I scammed her. What if she was dealing with him too, as well? Think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm saying, y'all. What if she was dealing with this guy, doing business with him, and the whole entire time she's blaming me for the situation? I truly believe she did business with him, and he scammed her. And she put my name in it because she thinking that I'm cool with this guy. No, I'm not. So whatever conversation they had, because trust and believe they had a conversation, and he probably said, yeah, I'm cool with Rollo. I'm cool with Rollo. No, we ain't cool. I'm not cool with that demon. Fast forward, you got a YouTube lady who's talking about me, posting photos about me, and putting out somebody else's photos, making me look bigger than I am, right? Because she's the one who's broken. I wasn't talking about her. I was telling fellas to beware of broken women that's on demon time because they don't want to heal. You should not deal with a woman if she don't want to heal. Especially if you healed as a man from your past trauma. You healed, you repented of your sins. If a woman don't want to repent of her sins, you should not deal with her. Well, she exposed herself. That YouTuber female exposed herself because she's on demon time. She's a witch. And she's doing video after video after video about it. And the crazy thing is, she tried to get Rebel, she tried to get other women to talk about me. And he's behind this whole thing. They all working together, y'all. They all working together. So the Most High showed Ringo how he had to see all this And Brainwaves to see all this, and myself, not surprising, this guy right here got a lot of people working for him. And that's why I'm very mindful and cognizant, you know what I'm saying, of dealing with these ladies on YouTube. Because once they can't get their way, they will slander you. They will slander you. They slander Ringo. Now I've gone through it. They slandering Brainwaves. You see? Let's continue, y'all.
Wanted to meet the people who wanted to meet me face to face, live and direct in person. But unfortunately, things did not work out. I'm not here to cause any contention, although I am upset about how certain things were conducted.
Just like you upset with us, right? You upset with us that we moved on from you. We no longer want to deal with you. Just like these other people upset that we moved on from them and we're not dealing with them. Let's continue.
But I'm going to keep things class personified. I'm not into any drama. Yeah, I'm not into any drama. I'm not into any of that. I'm not even going to say anybody's name in this particular video because my purpose for going live is to simply let you all know who support, who bought tickets, who want to come meet New Breed.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Just like you use Ringo to do the material of your Scamboree, and people bought tickets because they thought they was going to see Ringo. Now, you're the same guy who feels some type of way about Straightway, even though you're down with them. And I believe you're doing this skit memorandum on Straightway. You're saying the same thing Ringo stated. And that said, Ringo was saying the truth, and you're trying to say people was only getting tickets because of you, not because of them. Wow. You can't make this up, y'all. Okay, the Jacqueline situation. I made mention on the super chat to Ringo about that. It's interesting you talked about that. I know Ringo was busy. He was in there his live stream. So I sent a super chat to Ringo again about that. And yes, she was supporting me a lot, and I kept it private. I did not announce her name. And she went over to him and told him how much she gave me. She gave me more money than she ever gave him. She never liked him. At the same time, she went over there to tell him what she did, which was bad on her end. Because she told me not to tell nobody how much she was giving me. Right? That's crazy, man. That's why I say, I'm not telling nobody how much people give me. Nope, I'm not doing it. She used to always come to my platform, support the most. Yeah, she supported the most. She was the top woman supporter of all time. She was. More than any other woman on this YouTube streets. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody even, matter of fact, she supported more than most of the guys ever did. To be honest, if I want to be frankly, she was the top supporter of all time. I never put it out there though. And for her to tell him lets me know what type of character she was. She was trying to control me. She was trying to control the narrative, you know? So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Is it true Charity supported me? Yes, it is true. Prior to me linking up, well, she was supporting me. I didn't force her to support me. Let me ask you this question: Do I force women to support me? Do I force women to support me? No. So the narrative is that I force women to support me. That means I force women to do other things. No, I don't. Mm-mm. That's why I'm the way I am. It's crazy. It's unfortunate, but life goes on. Life goes on, though.
To basically, know why that I'm not going, because I have to tell y'all that I'm completely transparent with y'all. Now, for those who bought tickets, though, you can get your refund. You just go back to Eventbrite.com.
Why do people can't get their refund back? Why do people at the scammery or Brenda can't get her money back? You telling people to get their money back because you saying that Straightway's a scam, yet you scam the people just like Straightway does. Why do people at the scammery can't get their money back? Why you and your partners cannot give the people their money back? You're doing the same thing that Straightway did. Listen again. Listen.
For tickets, though, you can get your refund. You just go back to Eventbrite.com. You get a full refund. Come into the community section. Come into the community section of this particular video if you have any issues whatsoever.
Yes, he did. He got the money too. Listen, make no mistake about it. He got a percentage of that money. We don't know if those people got their money back. Why the people at the scammery cannot get their money back? Since you're trying to be moral citizen, you're trying to be a moral citizen, why they can't get their money back? Brenda says, agrees sad, it takes going through something like this to open our eyes. To God goes the glory. I agree, Brenda. All glory goes to God. Mm-hmm. You never receive your love notes? Wow. That thing shut down a while back. That's unfortunate. That's crazy. All these females that used to rock and roll and now fell out due to New Devil, and yet people can't see it. That's true, Mrs. Farrell. That's true. That is so true. Let's go.
On getting a refund, and I will make sure that you get a full refund.
You're gonna make sure they get a full refund, yet you didn't full refund these people that went to the scammery last year or the prior year, a few years back. Let's go.
Okay? If it's any issues, I will contact the people that I need to contact to ensure that you get a full refund, okay?
And everybody needs to know
truth, but believes in because they're not doing it themselves, that they're detached from it, but they're inciting it, they're instigating, they're just as guilty. These are the same people that would say, hey, Trump is guilty of inciting a national takeover of violence during the January 6th insurrection. Look at what these content creators are doing. They on demon time, and this is who New Breed rocks with. Again, a person who doesn't believe in biblical truth, but believes in foundational Black America. I just want y'all to see this, and I want this to be documented. Now, let's get to the particular video where New Breed is claiming that Black America is the target. Now, I'm gonna do a quick sound check.
Also say this.
And when I make sure the sound check is good, we will continue. Make sure y'all smash the like button when you come in the building. And I'm sure his people are watching. I'm sure they watching. They always watching. Sound check is good. They monitoring spirits. Those demons, those trolls, all they do is watch me just the same way that they sit in the streets of DC, always watching people. Watching them when they come out for work, when they come home.
And Charity IBS, no pressure. If you don't want to join, you ain't got to join. But just let it be known, we gonna put everything, because it was so much. Now, Charity, now let me slow you down real quick. We doing it correct?
No, he told me early in the morning, like in the AM, he called me and told me that things went down and that he tried to shut down some white guy. And that's what I meant when I was saying about the enemy coming to try.
If that's how it's gonna be, don't be showing up around us. We doing events, all of that. Don't, you just know you chose a side. That's because that's just how it gotta be. If you sticking beside him, stick beside him. Just know, hey, just know that you being warned that he's potentially dangerous. Rollo is potentially dangerous. Somebody says she knows too much. We don't know what she knows. We don't know what she knows. She could have left the chat by now too. Who knows? Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do publicly, just to show y'all I'm making a willing effort to reach out to Cherry. I can call her right here, right now. Not phone number, I'm calling her on Instagram. Hey, Charity. Hey, are you okay?
I was praying for you guys. When Rouse told me something, y'all had a falling out that night, but I didn't get all the information. I just prayed to you guys. I said that was just a dangerous situation.
Now, Charity, let me slow you down real quick. He told you that we had a falling out that night, correct?
No, he told me early in the morning, like in the AM, he called me and told me that things went down and that he tried to shut down some white guy. And that's what I meant when I was saying about the enemy coming and trying to stop,
okay, let me, now I'm going to stop you there, because what you just said is more evidence, because he knew that morning that things wasn't right between us, but he waited until I put out a video to even address the situation. That shows guilt on his behalf. And
that might have been my fault. I told him that he shouldn't do any streams about it. So he said that he had receipts or whatever, because I wasn't there. I said, but especially with Ringo's wife there, that could have been very dangerous. I mean, I know it's a carrying state. I have family out there.
Yeah. That's
why we even talked about North Carolina. He's still talking about Orlando and stuff, because I was out there before too. But I only started talking to him recently. He is very fast. One thing we talked about I don't like.
What's that?
He wants to do things fast.
Right.
He was talking about women always around him and stuff, but I try to tell him, I'm not that girl.
So he was trying to rush you into something intimate.
Yes. And I told him I'm not like that. I mean, this is all new for me. I was raised in the church. I told him my situation. I explained to y'all many years ago. But it scared me off of, took a lot of time for me. And everything. But I did tell him that maybe he shouldn't speak out about it or do any, he shouldn't address this online. This is not something that he wants to talk about online, especially if
So
like
you would,
he said, you guys didn't talk about
right?
him
So you
exposing.
so you were just looking out for him, and
No, I was looking out for all of y'all.
all of us.
I didn't think it was wise for him to come out again just like that. Being he just came back.
Right.
That was my thing. I'm like, you just came back. It's not wise, officially. It's not wise. Thinking about everything we have so-called going on. He told me that week, deadlines and stuff, like you were saying about contracts and whatever. But he didn't disclose any of that to me, and I didn't ask because it's not my place.
Right.
But
So let me stop you. You
just
just said something key just now, man. You were trying to tell him not to go back, that it didn't make sense, and he said he had contracts and deadlines. Now what? Now that's interesting because he didn't have a contract with us on anything. There was no deadline.
It's not a contract with you guys, but he didn't. It was about something up here that he has to get done before he goes back to Orlando. But he didn't. I didn't ask or divulge him to that information. Because I'm trying to relocate, but I'm back in New York for physical disability that happened to me. I told you I was in the hospital about a month ago, or 2 months ago now.
Right.
So, I don't want to be in New York any longer than I have to be. And, like you said, sometimes family or people close to you can
Right.
drag you down and put you in a bad situation, which is what happened to me and prolong my stay.
I understand.
Besides my health.
Understand.
But I did tell him that he should not address whatever he was talking about. He said he had receipts and he was going to try and contact you guys. And I was like, well, yes, pray about it and contact. I said you definitely shouldn't have been videoing and doing things. He was doing
right. I understand.
Live,
You were just trying to make sure it didn't get messy, and I totally understand that. Now, what I really want to understand is, what he does for a living, and you made it clear he didn't dispose that type of information.
He was just trying to get real close, real fast. I'm like, I want to get to know you, but I don't want to know you
like that. So I'm
not that girl. I'm like, he had a show last night. And he was talking about some other girl that he met out there that he's still out or whatever. And I was like, I don't want to be like a jealous person. I know it's biblical to have a wife or more wives as long as you can take care of them and everything. But he likes to do things quickly. So I'm like, I'm not that girl. I mean, when I came to you, I came with my whole medical file and stuff. I don't have anything. I haven't been around the block. I don't have a body count. And, it's things that I try to talk about with him that, and always knew that he exposed me twice online. I talked about that with him. Like, you tell people stuff about me. I met up with him a couple of weeks ago, and he put stuff out about me, like, online that I didn't know about.
Wow.
And I told him about it. I like the choice. I'm not a very, you making things look like, I don't know if you know Zats or somebody going out and that's because some things were gonna go down that didn't go down. And he talks like, that I don't like. So plus my hygiene is I think he got offended the night before we had this talk about maybe he shouldn't go back out. I was like, I would show him something he should use for his mouth and see if I care about you and I'd rather tell you to your face. I would tell my mom, you have morning breath or your breath is not fresh and
right.
You need to handle that because you don't want people talking about you behind your back and I'm gonna get offended if somebody's talking about
his hygiene.
So
let me slow down. So his hygiene wasn't up to par, and
yeah, that's a problem for me.
Right, and he was basically pushing up on you. You were uncomfortable in this situation.
And I told him so.
Right, and you told him you were uncomfortable, and did he keep making advances at you, or he respected your boundaries?
He respected my boundaries to a little bit, but he's still very pushy. And I had to talk to him about that last night when he said that he's gonna. I told him to wait, don't make any content online about this, because especially with Ringo's wife there, that could have got real ugly. If that was my dad, I'm surprised. You know, y'all all could have been carrying in that state. I mean, it could have got real ugly, especially with his wife there. That man, whoever that guy was, might not have left that situation. It could have got, looked real bad and just put, like, obviously how the enemy trying to stop something good from happening. That's what I meant. Just trying to break up, something good by starting something that could be shown like, oh, a situation happened up here if y'all had to protect yourselves.
Right.
And then it looks like, neither one of y'all from this state, y'all coming out here and starting something, and this, I didn't think it was a good idea, because
Why can't I make any